Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, it just sounds like we got reverb.
Yeah, it sounds good.
It's like we should just put a beat under it. Like, imagine doing a podcast with auto-tune.
Damn, that wouldn't be hard.
Auto-tune the podcast.
Yeah.
What's that shit? That tube that you put in your mouth and you like sing into it?
Yeah, vocoder.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that shit.
Wait, what? You can like.
You
sing,
ever seen that?
You press keys on the keyboard. And
talking to your mic.
Oh yeah, shit. I wasn't even
talking to
everyone. It's so funny that you're like, all right,
now we've transitioned to the.
Let's all get super high
Let's
and
just
then
jump right into
and
this
then
thing,
have
boys.
to talk into a mic because you're just gonna naturally want to drop it.
Right. It's just.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, for sure. I'm Mitch. I'm one of the co-founders of RKIVE and Oswell Cannabis. We're vertically integrated, so we grow, process, and sell all of our own flower here in Michigan. So, been making hash for, nearly a decade now, or actually, a decade. Been making concentrates here in Michigan. So, we made the transition to the licensed market like 2 years ago under RKIVE, and yeah, that's what we're doing.
My name's Brett.
Okay. Speaking to the microphone.
My name's Brett. I'm in the cannabis industry as well. I've been in it for about 30 years. Luckily,
since he was 12.
Yeah. Since I was 13. So yeah, about 30 years. But anyways,
he was on his way to be a priest at 12.
Yeah, at 12 I was trying to be a priest, and then the village I was in ran into. So anyways, I've been in the cannabis industry for 30 years, and I work for this guy right here as a sales rep, and I work for a few other companies doing a few different types of jobs, and that's about it. I'm a pothead.
Yeah, I just smoke weed. My name's Skywlkr.
Yeah, you have some weed shit coming up. Only talk about your weed shit.
Only my shit.
Yeah, you got weed shit.
You got a...
Yeah, the dispo coming soon. The weed coming soon. Skirt.
And that is that you wanted it to be like, oh, we get wicked high on the podcast, and then you realize you got to just, well, you're a professional just being high person.
Dude, we got to get through it. There's always a lot of weed to be smoked, so...
It's an occupational hazard.
Sure.
The place that we checked out archives, and that shit was incredible.
Thanks, man. Yeah, It's crazy. It took like over a year, just the planning phase of it. It drug on forever. So we're already like 5 years into like the project, even though we've really only been in the market for 2.5. So a lot went into it for sure, man. Blood, sweat, tears, all of it.
Starting moments.
Yeah.
When was the first time it came to you?
So like me and my boy Alex, shout out to Alex, who's my partner over there. He does all the cultivation and whatnot. So me and Alex, we're partnered up in the caregiver market. We're operating out of the same space, working together already and shit. And, naturally once licensing became like a possibility, we got straight to it and tried, figuring out how we were going to make our way into the licensed market from, the traditional or the legacy market.
They call it, the legacy market.
The legacy market, bro.
The caregiver days.
Yep.
The caregiver
days, man.
How do you feel about the term legacy?
It sounds like wrestling shit.
Hell yeah.
It's like the belt.
Like a belt
for sure.
Like,
Dude, a lot of people should have a belt after a lot of the shit that went down back then, honestly. A lot of people, put their neck out there to kind of like get us where we are now and, got everybody a taste of this shit before anybody was supposed to get a taste of it, essentially. So, it's kind of just like paying homage to the people that have been in this. So, yeah.
So then you get through can you go back to the beginning part?
Yeah. So, like we ended up meeting a group of investors that were like interested in, getting into cannabis. And, you know, we had met with a few different groups, and like, you know, shit doesn't always pan out for whatever reason. Like either the deal doesn't make sense, or like the vibe's not right, or like the vision for like the brands, or, you know, what the company should be just don't line up. And like,
Yeah.
you know, partnerships are like a marriage. Like you really got to be able to like put up with somebody and like, you know, deal with people. So it's it's a whole process for sure. And like we're fortunate to end up with the guys that we did, because like they get it. Like we shared the vision. They realized that like the only long-term strategy that was going to make any type of sense was to like put, you know, good product out there. And like everybody says it, it's like almost a cliche, like premium cannabis, craft cannabis. But like,
but when we went to your shop, it was literally everything's right there. Like,
right, for
it's so funny. When we walked in, I forget who said farm to table.
Yeah, that's the vibe. And that's why we love that, like having that store in Adrian. We can literally like, as soon as something clears testing, we can fucking put it in a jar, put it in a box, and put it right in the store.
And you showed me the whole process of it.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of
steps room,
involved,
which was crazy. How'd you describe the
hash room? The deadliest catch room.
Yeah, the deadliest. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, the last time I was there, they were wearing like rubber ponchos and shit.
Bro, I saw
like
tuna
pants and
I don't know. I was like, where the fuck did that go?
Bro.
I thought I was tripping.
Bro, yeah, and it's colder, it's wet. That shit wild.
Yeah, man. Windy, fucking loud.
And what did you say? You said 1,800 grams gets down to what, 300 grams of hash?
No, so like we'll wash like 18,000 grams of
in this big machine.
Yeah,
it's like a giant washing machine essentially.
Yeah.
We'll put 18,000 grams in there, which is like 8 pounds dry is what it would be. And we'll spin it up and we'll end up with like 600 grams of rosin if it yields.
I got those numbers way off.
Yeah,
But all that to say is everything you do there, which the farm to table shit, I really did. It was cool that was the first thing I heard, because honestly, like, that's what you have to look for.
It's crazy too, because like there's so many things that we can do, like being farm to table that way, that just like wouldn't be possible. Like the way that we can just cut our flour down in the back, get it bucked into bags, flash freeze it, and get it over to the lab like instantly without ever having to go on a truck, without like too many hands having to handle it. And like, it just helps us like keep the product at a certain level and keep a control on things. I
loved the barrels that looked like you were in a winery.
Oh yeah, how we're storing the flour and shit. Yeah, the cure
like
tubes.
the keg things. Yeah,
the big kegs. It looked like a modern day winery. Like
Hell
if you saw.
Yeah, those are dope. Like, you know, it makes it easier to like monitor the humidity and the temperature inside the tube, which is like crucial for like drying and curing good flour. Like that's honestly like 90% of like having a flour that burns and tastes good is all post harvest, like how it's dried and how it's cured out. So
I think I was ignorant to the fact, because I was like, everything was like, wow, and then they're like, all right, but this was the first room. Like, we're in the lobby. Why are you so excited? But I was so ignorant to the fact of how far it is and how much work goes into it, but also how like advanced the technology is.
Yeah, and like that's part of like what we're stoked about, because like, you know, everybody's like, man, it's a drag, like corporate cannabis and, you know, big cannabis and shit like that. But like we've taken advantage of a lot of the stuff too. Like, man, like we would have never had the ability to like flash freeze the flour straight from the grow. Like we would have never had the ability to like instantly freeze our, like just a lot of the stuff that we do are like processes that we're afforded by having like new tools that are disposable because of the licensing, which is super dope.
The legacy versus corporate, is it more positive or negative?
Like
how it was before, you know, like how it was before.
Like how's the vibe essentially? Like the legacy market was, you know, it was great, man. Like there are a lot of passionate people. That's where we all came from. Everybody, you know, got into that because they wanted to grow good flower. You know, almost everybody that got into it off the rip exclusively just wanted to have access to good shit, so they grew it themselves. And like, it came from a place of being super passionate about it, which is like a big part of what's missing in a lot of corporate cannabis for sure. But you know, corporate cannabis, I guess, has been good to a lot of consumers just because it's pushed the price down. You know, we have like testing standards, which are dope, but at the same time, like, there isn't that super small batch vibe, which, you know, it's a give and take. But like at RKIVE, like we still, with our hash especially, try to take like a super small batch approach. Like, we're only producing like 300 to 500 grams of any specific flavor. Like, we're washing like relatively smaller batches, you know, of most of our, like, you know, nice stuff. Like, if we're gonna wash black maple, we're only gonna wash 15,000 grams of it, and, you know, we're gonna produce like probably around 400 or 500 grams of hash, which is like, you know, not a crazy amount. Honestly, it's comparable to like what someone would pull out of a basement. So we, you know, we still maintain like a lot of control over those processes and shit, and like we make sure that we put super passionate people in those positions. You know what I mean? So they want, it's just like a, you know, cooking or anything else, like, you know, they're big consumers themselves, so at the end of the day they want to make the best shit possible because they're, you know, they're stoked about it.
Yeah. And that's what I really like about something that I don't know anything about other than as a consumer or as a fan, because we were talking about this before, how like everything relates.
Yeah.
Everything goes, and like, when I see the journey and I see how you feel about it, it's how I feel about what I'm doing too.
Yeah.
Which is inspiring in its own way, and you want to learn more about it.
For sure.
Like, just your passion and seeing that you have to. Yeah,
man, we're all like, you know, chasing something, right? Like, we're all chasing our dreams, no matter like which direction you're going or your vision, for sure. So it definitely comes from a place of like, like, I'm driven not by like money or clout or whatever. I'm driven by like producing a better product every single day. And like, what gets me super stoked is when like my DMs are blowing up because we just did a good, you know, a dope drop, and people are like, yo, this shit is stupid fire. Like, that's like the greatest reward to me. It's just like people hype on what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
enjoy it and smoke it yourself all the time. That's like one of the greatest things.
I forgot I turned your mic down.
I said, yeah, and being able to,
And do you got to hold it in front of your mouth?
being able to enjoy it and smoke it consistently. Yeah.
I like that we have comic relief on the podcast.
we need it, man. Everybody gets too high, it can get real sedative in here.
I do understand. It's called bucked up for a reason, though. Yeah.
Yeah, because those joints you roll, man. Bucked up.
Hey,
Look at that trash
I
twist.
actually did meet the worst joint roller of all time.
Yeah, Sam Buck. Ladies and gentlemen,
Skylar,
Sam Buck.
The best is right here.
Oh, hell no. By no means. Like, and I'll tell you, like, there are some cats in Michigan that are like doing crazy rolls. Like,
Oh, do you see those, like the ones that
that
they
shit
look
dumb, though.
like AK?
That shit dumb.
You're smoking an AK-47.
That shit, yeah, that
joint.
shit's dumb. It's
no,
like,
we like
I don't.
shout out to like
it's cool, but I don't know. That's dumb.
my boy Pearl Detroit. He does crazy nice rolls. GT rolling,
rolls.
of course. Fucking Andrew from Stash Boys is killing it right now too.
All right, is it really worth, like, when you see those like $400 blunts with the gold wrap?
No.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
These guys are these guys are rolling for a different purpose. Like, they're rolling for flavor. Like,
But you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Those are not.
No, we did that. Like, we've got me and my boy. Actually, Alex bought one year for $420. Bought one of these fucking $450 gold leaf fucking joint, bro.
the like Shaolin.
I don't know what the fuck.
I smoked one that burned funny.
Dude, it burned like shit,
Yeah.
like dark ash.
Yeah.
Didn't taste good and burnt up like
Yeah.
crazy fast.
Yeah.
And then you're
Like,
just mad.
dude, we had like 10 people. It was like on 420. I had like 10 people standing around. I don't think the joint even made it all the way around one
Yeah.
time. Like, honestly, it was crazy.
Yeah, and then you're just mad about it.
Right.
And then you're just like not even really high, and then
Right.
you're mad, and then you just want to roll up some whatever you got.
Yeah.
Your preferred method of smoking is hash?
Definitely dabbing. And if I am gonna like smoke flower, I prefer to like smoke it with rosin in it, like smoke a donut for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm dabbing. Like
It's so
9
funny.
or
I
10
was
times.
like, when I forget who was his name when he said, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Weed," just joking. He's like, "Not hash." I was like,
no, yeah, dude,
because
that's
I don't
Mike from
even-
the lab, bro. Like my crew is so hardcore, it's crazy. You know, they're like,
You're
live or
the
die
first
by the
person
hash.
who really taught me about like the love of only smoking. This
Oh, yeah.
motherfucker
Yeah,
only
same.
smokes
Yeah,
hash.
same.
Yeah, I tend to smoke a lot of it because the flavor, the taste, and the high is
I'm gonna call you
just-
corned beef.
The high is different, you know. The high to me, it's more of an uppity high. It keeps me going. You know?
But what is hash? Can you explain to me what hash is?
So
Like-
the hash that we're talking about is like a little deeper, but hash in general is the resin or the crystal off the flower, basically knocked off either in water or without water, and then collected together. That's hash. And there are different like levels of purity, and there are different ways of making hash. And what we do is we do ice water hash. So we make it using ice and water. We'll collect the hash, and then we'll squeeze it, like juice the hash essentially on a rosin press. And that's what we end up with in the jar that we're actually dabbing.
So it's the purest form.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, like, essentially, like, when you collect the hash, it's all the, like, good oil and, like, cannabinoids and all that shit inside of a shell. So when we turn it into rosin, we're basically squeezing it out of that shell, leaving the shell behind. So we're basically purifying the hash to, like, the highest level.
And there's nothing else added to it.
Nothing added to it. No, it's literally just
That's
made
so
with
crazy
ice
how
and water.
it comes out
Yeah.
like how it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why it tastes so good too, is because it's like unadulterated. You know what I mean? It's like literally just like taking that like oil like right off the plant and putting it in a jar.
And then you guys have these crazy pieces that are literally just works of art.
Oh yeah, man. Like I mean, the hash culture is real. Like, you know, there's a cannabis culture, and then like all the most hardcore extreme people from that culture tend to end up in the hash culture.
But
And then-
isn't that like everything else? Isn't
Yeah.
that like
Yeah,
music
there's a
too?
progression.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
literally that's like comedy.
Right.
There's like the people
Travis
who
Scott
like
fans,
it.
and then there's Juggalos.
Yeah, like there's like people who just love the purest form so much that they won't even do anything
yeah,
else.
yeah, and
No,
like
I'm not saying
There's people that talk about it, and there's people that be about it. You know, it's just how it is. Hattie boys are Hattie boys, and they buy rigs and they smoke dope weed. That's the lifestyle they want to live. I
what's
guess,
the
you know.
most expensive rig that you've like seen?
oh that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know, $250,000.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Could you imagine spending $250,000, like hitting,
Oh,
hitting up the bank? Like,
Imagine, bro.
I need
I need to
a
tell you it's the,
certified check for
It's crazy, man.
I bought
$250,000.
one bong my whole life. One nice bong. I bought
How
it at
much
like
was
a
it?
hemp fest. It was like $150, but it was like a nice one. Whatever. It's not like
It's
crazy
not-
nice. I was young. I don't need the shit during my story, but whatever. I was young. It was the first bong I ever bought.
Okay.
I bring it home, I smoke it, and I'm like, I'm gonna clean it. So I go and I just shatter it in the sink.
Yep, I've been there.
It's like I'd never want to buy glass again. Imagine buying a $250,000 piece of glass.
Well, I just now
and then you
feel
smash
like,
it in the sink.
bro, I just now feel like I can handle the responsibility of owning expensive glass, like in the past.
You guys pulled up with the exact same shit I bring my podcast equipment in with your fucking rigs.
That's funny. No, I actually did fucking smash or have a rig busted that was like, it wasn't like the most expensive rig. It was a $5,000 rig.
Damn,
like
but
that was
still.
enough to like
That's
crazy.
sober me up.
A 150 is mine. Like
Right.
I spent 150 on a bong.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
mine-
but, like,
mine when I was
honestly,
younger,
for 2
dude.
years,
some-
I was,
there's some
I was
guys
clean and
like-
sober from glass purchases.
Am
for
I allowed
sure.
to ask what the most expensive rig you've ever bought was?
Yeah, like 15,000. Dude, these heady, that's nothing to like.
Yeah, that's nothing. Some of these guys that
Is
are
that
real-
nothing to you?
Bro, no, I think it's insane,
No, it's not
bro.
nothing to me,
Bro.
but like
15,000.
Bro,
I'm just
they-
saying,
they
compared
be
to what
having,
some
like-
of these guys are doing, it's great. Like these.
Bro,
these other guys
motherfuckers
are
be
balling
selling
out.
like little.
Does it like the more
there's-
hash you smoke, it creates more hash? Like, why is it so expensive?
No, man, it's really just like
It's like
it's
the
for
art. It's an
culture.
artist,
Yeah, it's
and
like,
that
man,
artist
like,
piece of art. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm being.
you're
No,
buying
I
some
got you, I
piece
got
of
you.
art
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
I do understand. It's like a piece of art where you're like, oh, it's paint on paper.
Right,
Why does
right.
it cost?
Yeah.
It's like I get it. I'm just being.
But the motherfuckers spending $500 on marbles and shit too, man.
dude, yeah, it's
It gets-
crazy.
Well, on the little all right.
marble?
Yeah,
Can
and
you
the-
explain to me every piece you need for a perfect hash smoking
Okay, yeah,
set?
nah, I got you on this. So you got to have a decent rig, which is really like not the most important.
Can you hold
part.
it up? Because I'm blocking it with my iced tea. I mean, my iced coffee.
Iced tea.
Iced tea. It just sounds like Jenny. I'm the Forrest Gump of podcasts.
But
All right.
you got to have some sort of glass. Like it doesn't need to be anything crazy, really, because like the thing that matters the most is really going to be like the type of quartz that you're dabbing off of. Like you want a slurper for sure.
I
Gotta
mean,
have
who
a slurper.
doesn't love a slurper?
Gotta
Right.
have it, man. Every
Slurper
man
right
needs a
now.
good slurper. And then, yeah, to go with the slurper, you got to have the little marble set, you know. Got to put your little marble in there.
Wait, no.
No, that's a pillar. That's a pillar.
It's a
What does
pillar
the
and a
pillar
marble.
do?
Dude, it spins.
So it spins, yeah, like, so the oil is going to get, you're going to wipe it on the side here. It's going to get sucked into these holes, and that pillar is going to, like, spread the oil around on the inside of the
A lot of
The
sexual
Agitates the
terms.
oil
So-
inside there.
Spinning,
It
twirling.
agitates it.
You
Agitates.
you can't talk about agitating holes on my podcast. That's the one rule.
You can believe me, for sure. But
And then you got the marble that people spend $5,000 on.
not me, but some do, for sure.
Bro,
What is a
motherfuckers be
five-
selling out, bro.
What
You
is
can't
a
even
five-
you can't even
No,
get them. You
it
can't
unless
even
you're
get
free. You gotta be
them if-
dope to
yeah.
even
you
get
can't
one.
even get the $5,000 fucking little charm, bro. It's like it sells out. It's insane.
That makes me happy for whoever makes them.
Same. But it makes
God bless them.
God bless them.
I'm just gonna buy marbles
I
and
wouldn't
shave them
spend the
down
money
a
on-
little bit.
I mean,
you know
Right.
when you go to those stores, you remember those stores, a kid that would just have those big bins of marbles and it was like $10 and you could just fill
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bag. I'm just gonna
Like
buy
stones.
that and
Those-
shave them down to that size.
I'm good in the mid range. You know.
What? You're in the mid.
He's like,
I would have guessed
know,
below average.
I like the low, the regular guy. I'm not about to spend the bank on a nice rig. I mean, it would be nice to have one, but
I want to hear all the rest of the pieces
what if
that
it
you
breaks?
need.
You know.
So then, like, a big part about taking like a good dab is doing it at the right temperature, because if it's just like cooking or anything, if you drop something on the pan that's too hot, it's just gonna burn up and then you're not gonna taste it. So you gotta have like the temp tech here. It's like a little thermometer that has this probe that reads the temperature of the quartz. So when you put it on here like this,
That's when it goes. That
yeah, exactly. Now it's gonna read the temperature.
was a
Tell
pretty
you
good
exactly
impression.
when it's ready to dab, and then you can slap it on there. That's crucial.
I don't do impressions much, but that was
Right.
pretty spot on.
And then,
There's not. What's the most expensive one of those you could get?
I mean, people like $1,000 for. Well, no, I should say like the nice ones are around like $800 right now. But that's for like, this is not a $800 slurper. Those are like with the Super XL big boys. This is just a regular.
And then you were using this shit that heats up.
Yeah, that's a hot knife. Like I don't really use that one for the rig too much, but I'll use it on the Puffco. Like it's a dabber that heats up on the end, so it'll actually drop your dab into whatever.
And then you got a crazy ass torch.
Gotta have a good torch. Like the Blazer is really like the only torch that you can fuck with. The Blazer GT 8000, the big shot. And then you got to get the guard on it too, so you don't burn the fuck out of your.
There's
he
always,
can grab that bitch when
you
it's
know, when
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah. While it's going, you can literally hold it. It's crazy.
so many people are just like, what am I gonna do with my life? There's someone who created the guard for the
I make coils for
you know, what am I gonna do with my life? It's a knife that gets hot. So you can, that's for literally every. What am I gonna do with my life? What? Change the corner of this table.
Yeah. Right.
Genius.
Hell yeah, man. There's plenty of shit. We need that shit.
That's straight weed right there.
Right.
That's not straight weed. Light up one of those donuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Those are just props. That's not real weed in there.
Are you more like me where you're like, this shit's crazy, or you in the hash world?
If I'm being honest, like if I never smoked hash again, I'd be okay. Because I
have to lie to kick it.
No, I love smoking hash, but it's like flower, man. I need it.
I'm the flower.
Like habitual.
I just smoke joints. That's how I smoke.
Yeah, I'm new to the joint game, but I'm joining.
I got weak little lady lamb lungs.
Right.
See, the flower actually hurts my lungs after a while more than the hash does. Like, honestly, like when I'm not smoking hash.
Honestly, when I'm not speaking into the microphone.
When I'm not smoking flower, my lungs are fine, and then I smoke flower for a few days, and it's just like I'm smoking cigarettes.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, for a few years.
You smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know they don't sell menthol cigarettes in Massachusetts?
I don't think this. Yeah, I think it's other places too, maybe.
No flavors.
Good.
I don't smoke any tobacco or nicotine.
Oh, you think you're better than us?
No, I think I'm better than you at rolling joints.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right, bro. We're going to do a poll on your IG.
I think I'm better at putting headphones on.
Hell no.
You have your sweatshirt on and then the headphones.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
No, I'll be in Rhode Island this year, so I'll be at Mass with you.
What if I shaved my side of my head like you?
Dude, that would be...
It would look horrible because my hair's going.
I don't know. It might look sick.
It might look good.
I wouldn't want to steal your style.
A mohawk.
I've been seeing that cut, man.
Right.
Just like if I got your mustache.
Stealing your vibe,
if
bro.
I got your mustache, you'd be mad because that's your vibe.
That's what the aesthetic, man.
Why you look at those people like that?
Everyone was looking over there. What the fuck?
Yeah,
my back is to it.
I feel like we need to be able to black those out.
I feel like
eventually.
if a serial killer walked
Right.
in, like I don't want to just be like, oh, I'll wait for you guys to do something.
Yeah, we are in a room like with a giant window open to a public parking lot.
People
right
are
now.
gonna probably look in.
Oh, they look in all the time. It's crazy.
You got this fucking shit.
Right.
They're like, look at these guys smoking weed with microphones.
I'd be like, they're doing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, low key, this looks like a magic vibe.
It is. Yeah.
With you in it.
Right.
You look like the dungeon master.
Yeah. I fuck with it. It is similar. Yeah.
Oh, you also need the heat pad thing.
Oh, because heady boys can't have the bottoms of their rigs all scratched up, so they got
boys.
They got to put them on a little.
That sounds like a
little cushion.
There's gonna be a hash rapper
Yeah.
group that go by the Heady Boys.
Yeah, and they're gonna suck. No, they might be good.
Hash rap?
Yeah.
Depends on where they're from,
No.
Ireland.
Yeah. That'd be weird.
This actually tastes really fucking good right now.
I mean, wouldn't it be? I would feel worse if you hit and you were like, "This tastes like absolute shit."
I'll be real though. Like if I hit a joint and tastes like shit, I'll probably fucking say it.
And he'll put it out. He'll be like,
"Don't pass him the joints from the shit I brought."
Yeah.
You gave me some of that banana hammock.
Banana cooler.
Banana cooler. Yeah.
This guy can't stop saying banana
Different
hammock.
vibe between the banana cooler and the banana hammock for sure.
Yeah.
Banana
I feel like you're
cooler.
trying to tell us something.
I was watching Borat. No, but that shit was amazing.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
And I took a picture with a big bag of it.
with the bag. Hell yeah, man. Got to.
Do you even get excited by that amount of weed anymore? Literally.
No.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Did you ever watch SpongeBob?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you remember the episode where Patrick and SpongeBob adopt the baby?
Dude,
And they have
what?
diapers stuck in the walls and shit?
I don't remember that, bro.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Pink remember.
This is probably that late SpongeBob.
And
We were
there's-
out the
yeah, what kind of
game.
baby
Yeah,
what did they
yeah.
adopt?
So they
Was it
adopt
like
a
a little
baby
fish or
together.
something?
No, like
A
they just
human?
adopt as like a human
I
baby.
didn't
human
watch
baby
SpongeBob,
underwater?
Like a fish
so,
baby.
Oh, okay.
And like SpongeBob's like the maid inside, and he's the only one changing the diapers. And there's diapers in the walls, and it's like, look at all this. I'm saying all that. Is that how you see weed?
Bro.
Man, I had to digest that
I'm
just for
so
a
happy
quick
you
second.
know what I'm talking
Yeah, I feel like Brett might be able to answer that.
Yeah, Brad, what do you think?
Are y'all saying I'm old? No,
Like, look at all who gives this.
everything's still exciting, especially like the quality. That's what's exciting.
Yeah, I get more excited for like new flavors. Like a bunch of weed's cool. Like I've
So-
seen a mountain of mids before for sure, but like
The name of this episode is
like the first time like the permanent marker comes out of my garden is like that's when we're gonna be fucking gonna be
Exactly.
psyched over there and shit.
Do you remember the best
Or our
smoke
candy
you've
fumes,
ever had?
Yeah.
Best smoke. I really like I forget who grows it out in California, but there's a really good Wosiwo that goes around out there that I'm really into. I mean, I like LCG flower, like good LCGs. Like I remember that being like one of the better flowers I'd ever had when I smoked it.
Old school Death Star.
He's gonna ash in the donut.
Like right now, I'm really into like all these new flavors. Like I mean, Z crosses for sure. Like this candy fumes, honestly, is like one of
Strike
the
one.
flowers I'm more into right now.
Keep a marker in the corner, Shamil. Strike one.
You see him flick the ash? He just ashed that bitch.
I'm trying to like rise above it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you tell me beforehand?
So
Everybody
there's,
was like,
there's
"Dude."
this, we're culty, man. So there's like this, there are some rules for like,
like
smoking
I didn't
a
even
donut.
put the thing inside it when I rolled
It's
up.
just smoker's etiquette.
And
So-
this guy was
so the
fucking shaking it around.
This theory is it's like cigar smoking, like how long the ash holds on and the texture of the ash and the color of the ash. It like kind of tells a story about the quality of the flower. So like people like to leave it hanging on there for that reason, and because it like helps keep the joint burning cool. Like when you're smoking donuts, especially, that shit is
shit.
important. But
What's the story of that donut?
The brown eye.
The brown eye. I don't want that anywhere near my mouth if it does what you guys.
Here we go.
the brown eye.
The brown eye.
The story of this donut right here, or the donut.
Like who created them? Who started rolling them
I was
first?
just making a dumb joke.
I'll start telling stories, bro. Just give me some direction. I'm off, man.
All right. What was your first experience with legal weed?
So like as soon as like we got a medical program here in Michigan, I'd already been selling weed and shit like that before, but I wasn't really growing it. So as soon as like the medical shit passed in Michigan, it was in 2008 and I was 18. And next year in 2009, they started actually giving out cards. So like as soon as I could get one, I went out and got like the doctor's cert and got my card like right off rip. And like I went to one of those like offices where you see the bogus ass doctor, and it was literally like a bunch of Russians in the back of a Metro PCS store.
Yeah,
It
I
was
did the
crazy.
exact same thing.
Yeah.
You guys like, hey, you're
No,
not-
and it was like, bro, I found the ad on Craigslist, and it was like this guy who recruited everybody was like getting a cut from the doctor.
It was
It was
crazy.
like he brought.
And if you got a cell phone
he was
too,
like,
you got a deal.
Yeah, he's like, pull up to the doctor's
Yeah.
office. and
Leave
it
with a
was-
calling card package and shit.
And they sell nutrients as well and dirt.
You were talking about eating dirt before. Do you still?
Yeah, remember?
But
I remember.
yeah, and then like literally I took that
Santa
paperwork
remembers.
that I got that day and went straight. They were like, oh, this dispensary will literally take your paperwork right now. You can go straight over there. Went over there, got a fucking couple of clones, a little book, and started growing like straight up right that day.
Do you remember, like, all right, so we were talking about how everyone has that, like, crazy dream that they're chasing. Was that the moment, or did you have that before?
I was one of those people that, like, was big into cannabis, like, passionate about it. But, like, I was always the guy that was, like, it was crazy back in the day, man. Like, if you could get your hands on what we were calling dro at the time, which was just good weed, you were paying, like, 20 a gram all the way up. It was crazy. So, like, I'd always have the packs of the good weed that we were selling for, like, 30 a gram. You know, it was just crazy back then. But, yeah, that was, like, my intro to, like, the passion for, like, good weed and that type of thing. Like, always chasing what was best.
But did you think it was going to be something like this?
No. Definitely not. And honestly, like, we like even when like we're in the middle of the like you never really realize like fuck how far you've come until you're like already there and looking back. But like now looking back at it, like hell no, never would have thought it would have like gotten to the level that it's at here in Michigan. Like it is. It's just crazy. I know, like I read somewhere that like more people are smoking weed than cigarettes now. It's just fucking crazy. Like I don't know, man. It's like a whole movement that fucking happened. I never would have seen it going down like that.
Do you get excited still, like walking, like?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Like
man.
you got excited showing us around.
No doubt.
I was wondering what you were doing. You were doing this to me.
I was like, take a look at.
Yeah, I didn't know what was
You'll
happening.
see the hash inside of it. Yeah.
Like, I was like, at least use your whole hand.
The bungholio.
You'll see the hash inside of it once you look down in there.
But
Do you get excited? Yeah, you get.
yeah, no, definitely. Like especially like I said, like we're always
Because
like
we talk about like the eye of the storm shit.
right when you're like if you're all around
You're
it, you're
in
not
it,
thinking
so,
about
yeah.
it. But no, definitely like man, the other day like we've been working on packaging lately and shit, and like dude, when we finally got like our new labels. That was enough to have me like so fucking geeked, like running around the lab, like, oh my God, you see this shit? Like, this is so lit. So, like, you know, you find like, I don't know, man, like every little bit of progress is still like so exciting in every way. Like I said, like whether it's labels or fucking a flavor that we washed for the first time that's just smoking like crazy or like when our flower's burning right, like that kind of stuff still gets me super fired up like every day.
First time you smoked weed?
Man, I was
I was 12 years old with
Yeah.
my cousin and her boyfriend Rolando.
Rolando.
Yeah, I seen them. They
He
rolled
sounded
the
like some
joint,
dude that would have the bag on him.
bro. Bro, you can look up the dates, man. I seen.
We can look where?
Yeah, I said,
Where
no,
would we look up
well,
the
before you
dates?
cut me off, I
It's written
do.
down in the book.
No, I was staying. I went to go stay with my grandma, and bro, Deep Blue Sea was in movie theaters. That's what I'm saying. That was like 96 or some shit, 99 or something. I don't know, but it was then. And they rolled up a joint in a real fucking dollar bill and smoked it like on some weird
Wait,
shit.
what the
Bro, yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
99.
And
was
then,
weird
dude,
for
we got
me,
back.
for
We got
sure.
back to my
You had to
grandma's.
have remembered that wrong.
We got back. I swear.
Yeah.
Now that I'm an adult, maybe they were doing some rolling shit with like.
yeah, they
the-
definitely
yeah.
did.
But
They definitely.
yeah,
Smoking a dollar bill is the stupidest shit I've ever.
I mean that seemed hard to me. I'm like, damn. Yeah, I thought that shit was
and
sweet.
that's what set you on your path.
No. Well, maybe. Yeah,
Now we know what's wrong with him.
yeah.
He smoked a dollar bill.
Smoked
Smoked
PCP.
That's why
I
you-
smoked
hey,
PCP as
That's
a
why you
baby.
don't
Cash
smoke
as a kid.
money as a
Yeah.
kid. Yeah.
Took the ink to the dome.
Yeah, like when people are like, "Oh, I smoked a McDonald's receipt." I'm like, "That's too much ink. A dollar bill?
Yo,
How does
that's
that
crazy.
even burn?"
The McDonald's receipt, I haven't heard that, but that's super crazy.
I've rolled up with the McDonald's bag. Like, yeah, just like a cut a square of the.
I'm so happy you feel the same way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've done that. That shit'll work, man.
First time you smoked weed.
First
his
time I
story made
smoked
me
weed,
sad.
I don't know. I was like 10 or 11 years old with my buddies. That's
10?
about it. I don't remember the exact day.
Do you
when.
see a 10-year-old now and you're like, you smoking weed's crazy?
We were weird kids in Georgia back then.
But you know what I mean?
No, I felt like I was being bad when I did it.
I mean, it was stolen from someone's parents, so
But do you know when
the
you
apple
see a
doesn't fall too
10-year-old?
far from the tree.
When you see a 10-year-old.
And you're like, man, I was smoking weed like not
Yeah.
long after that. That shit's crazy.
Is that crazy or no?
No.
If it was my kid, I'd be a little pissed. But yeah, I mean, it's a little crazy at 10 years old smoking weed. Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength.
Now kids ain't even
I think
smoking
so.
weed.
Okay, so you guys were 2 years later.
I didn't smoke
Same
weed till I was
difference.
like 18.
13.
Yeah, but now kids, you're starting with hash rosin now instead of Reggie's and shit.
No, you're starting
It's
with
crazy.
that distillate
Yo,
vape.
Yo,
on the
I'm going
fucking-
to call you Reggie.
I'm gonna call you Reggie.
Oh man, the
Reggie
ultimate
Bud.
diss.
Reggie Walker.
I mean, at least kids today aren't
We
smoking
could be
mids,
the fucking, what's the hash name?
The Hash Boys,
What's the hash?
Hattie Boys.
Yeah. Hash Walker and Hash Buck.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm
Those are
into it,
Hattie
man.
boys.
We're trying to convert as many people as possible
That would be a hilarious.
over here in the Terp Temple.
If we ever do a
Turf
show,
Temple.
that's what it has to be called.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
All right. We're making $1 million ideas on the Bugged Up podcast.
Yeah, it's just organic, man. It's just happening.
Oh, shit. Oh, that was my headphones. First time smoking weed.
Today.
I was like 13, and we smoked in the basement of my buddy's dad's duplex
Out of what?
Really?
of a pop bottle with
No
the
shit.
aluminum foil.
The can?
That was
No,
bad
not a can,
Alzheimer's
like
shit.
the actual,
Okay, yeah,
plastic
yeah.
bottle. You make the bowl like in the mouth of the bottle.
Yeah.
Remember the metal
That's why
pipes?
you spend so much on pieces now. That's the first thing you
Remember the
smoke.
metal
I feel like
pipes, though?
I
The
started
metal
from the
pipes
bottom.
back
I'm
in the
going
day?
to the
Right.
top.
With
Dad
the
used to
screen
smoke out of
inside
one
of
of
it.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I smoked a bowl.
Yeah.
So this is my nose like barely works. That's why like when you opened up the freezer, I was like, that smells so strong.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
so strong. So the first time I ever smoked, my friend was like, yeah, if you're not smoking paper or anything, weed doesn't smell. So I would just
And
go
the paper
play-
is what stinks like weed. Okay.
Oh, I was so dumb, bro. I would go to class with like joints in my pocket, half burnt, because I was like,
Oh
I guess
my
paper
God,
doesn't
that's
smell
crazy.
either.
Dude, they were like pulling kids out of class, like where I went to school, because they stunk like weed and shit. Straight into the parking lot.
Really? Did
Yeah.
you ever get in trouble?
Not in school, no. But I got pulled over with like some weed before, like the medical program existed, and like got a possession and shit like that. But that's it.
Yeah. Did you ever get caught smoking when you were younger?
Not by police. I've never gotten like
I
a.
got caught by like the parent. Bro, I was like smoking by any means necessary. Like back then, I got busted by my parents a million times, but police just once.
Yeah, I've only been in trouble with weed like at TSA.
What happened to you at TSA?
I did some petty shit and came back from Australia with like a quarter. They gave us, we had some good ass
You're like,
weed.
oh, I got this kangaroo
and I was
kush.
like,
I gotta
bro,
bring it home.
it was pretty good at
Wallaby
the time.
OG.
Yeah, and
It was
yeah.
orange and furry, like
Yeah, and I like thought I was slick, and then dude, it was really crazy, man. It was me and Danny in line, and I fucking pet the dog, bro, like the bomb sniffing dog or whatever.
Which they always like. It says right.
No,
on
they
it,
flipped
do
the
not
fuck
pet
out,
or
bro.
whatever.
They flipped the fuck out on that and pulled us into like secondary thing, and then they found the weed, and then they were literally like, pay us $500 or we'll involve the police. So like the guy walked me to the ATM, and I just got $500 out,
Lit
and then paid and left.
fire.
that's
American or 500?
That's a
500
bucks?
American. But then what happened was every time I came back from overseas, I would you would like put it in this machine, and I would have an X over my shit, and I'd have to go to a secondary line every time after that, just until up until when we just went to London. So I think I'm good again. That shit was terrible, bro. Every single time I came home to America, I'm getting pressed.
That does suck.
Yeah, like I already know it. Like,
well, that's what you get for petting the drug dog.
Yeah,
With
you
drugs
did.
and
Well, no, and then
It's like, yeah, but you are stupid as fuck.
and then I had weed. A quarter
weed
yeah.
from Australia. I'm gonna tell you,
So dumb.
that Australian weed was definitely just good because you got it in
Well,
Australia.
no, it was part of, bro. I didn't have weed to come home to immediately too. And that's like after an Australian flight, I was like, bro, this would be sick. I get home just I can roll up a blunt off rip, like type shit.
I don't like to talk about like pot, like this type of shit, but one of my favorite things about this podcast is no matter what city I go to, I can get bud when I like land. There's someone who's gonna like help me out.
That's great.
I was in Miami and a dude like dropped an ounce off at the airport.
Oh, that's fucking good. Was it any good?
It was pretty good. Wasn't the best, but it was an ounce at the airport.
Yeah, that's dope. That's why I brought weed home to feel like
It was
that.
good.
I feel you. I'm sorry for making you feel bad, but you shouldn't have pet the dog.
Exactly.
Was the dog even cute? Or was it like one of those? The dog was cute, it's worth it. You know what's on, all right, you know when you go on your For You page on Instagram, it shows you like the content you like?
Right.
What type of content is on your For You page?
On like my Explore page?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
might even make you pull up your phone and show me. No, I'm just.
It's like a lot of like, lately it's been like a lot of art and shit because we've been working on like a lot of graphic design shit and doing merch and shit like that. So.
That painting's beautiful with the three-eyed pumpkin.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we had that cat come out to the grand opening of the Adrian store, and he like did that on site. It was pretty dope, honestly. But
Are you pulling?
I got a bunch of dudes shredding on guitar. And then like there's like
usually
people
it's like
fighting
glass,
and
some
basketball.
thoughts, of course.
What's on yours?
Let's see what we got.
I just got cute animals. Look. Just cute animals.
Yeah, I got
baby
some real
sloths.
weird shit going on my Explore
All right,
page
you
right
do
now.
get art.
man.
All right.
It's a lot of art.
Literally look. Just cute animals.
Mac
Baby
Miller.
sloths, baby porcupines, baby dogs, koalas.
That's very
alpacas.
Dude,
very
you can learn
Sam
a lot
Buck of
about
you.
like the past 2 weeks of somebody's life by looking at that Explore page. It's crazy.
I love fucking cute little animal reels. What's yours?
I don't know, just basic shit.
It's definitely bitches dancing.
That's not vague at all.
I mean, dude, that Explore page is vague as fuck.
Yes, that is.
I wouldn't even know.
It's just like gray squares. It's just
You know when you go into the Verizon store and you're looking
the
at the
preset made phones with like fake apps.
That was crazy.
Brett with Disney Plus on his phone.
Yeah, it's
I've
all
never.
G-rated.
I don't think anyone
I
would have
just
bet.
started recently getting into watching like animated movies.
Bro,
really
no,
bad.
I've been done since I was a kid.
No animated movies.
No, people will be like, what was one?
Finding
recently?
Nemo was the last one for me, and then yeah, I did.
That might be the name of the episode.
Mic dropped on
Bro,
that.
yeah, and then I don't know how many years ago it was, but we took an acid trip and we watched like not every animated movie, obviously, but we watched like Bugs Life, Ants, B Movie.
All the Disney
And
bug
bro,
hits.
What was the
It's like, yeah.
No, we kept going Pixar, DreamWorks. It was like we kept going back and forth, like, and it was like
Like a
the
versus
time,
showdown.
and
yeah.
it was like the time that they were coming out, and then it was
DreamWorks Cypher.
It was fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, it was like
It ruined it.
no, it was when it's like when Cars came out. That's like I hit the age. That shit is terrible, bro.
How do you guys feel about fucking Larry the Cable Guy?
He's funny, I guess.
Larry the Cable Guy, man.
That's the
Yeah,
get her
I'm
done.
gonna cut this as a clip and send it to him. So
That's get her done, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought he was funny.
Yeah.
He got shit done for a minute.
I watched that. What was that original stand-up that he did? Like, what was the big one?
Get Her Done.
Get her done.
I will admit, I saw Get Her Done. But as for how it was, good enough to watch the whole thing, I guess. When I was 12
think
or
this is
whatever.
going to be like an informative podcast.
It was.
It was for a minute, but we got lost when the donuts started coming out.
Well, we're
When
talking
you
about
roll
the
the
real
donuts,
and the important stuff.
Do you put the hash in it while you roll it, or do you roll it and then do you just like stab it through?
So the way that people do them all different ways.
Fucking
Make him roll another one in front of you.
Logistically, that makes no sense.
logistically, you don't make no sense.
Yeah, we do not stuff the rosin. At our
Like a toothpick in there and take it out, and then just like surgically drop.
Yo, you could have been good at operation as a kid.
Oh shit!
I was horrible, man. Do not have a steady hand. I would never be a surgeon. But no, like we lay it all out, like lay the flour like perfectly little rectangle on the paper. Then you roll your little worm of rosin, lay it on there, and like fold it up like a taco, and then roll it. It's like I've seen people try to like sprinkle some weed on it, like after they've already got it like kind of like held up or whatever, folded up. But that is not the way.
It's the only way to smoke weed. Like I don't know. 100%.
Dude, well, smoking.
This guy's like the CEO for donuts.
Yo, are you Duncan?
Duncan. But
would you rather be corned beef or Duncan?
Corned beef. Corned beef all day.
Corned beef, donuts, hash over donuts.
Hash over donuts.
Put that on his grave.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Put it on
hash
the
first thing in the morning. Hash and catfish.
Yeah, dude, Brett, tell him the morning routine.
Did you say hash and catfishing?
Hash, catfish, and grits.
Oh, I thought you were saying hash and catfishing. Like you catfish people on the internet every morning.
I get up, I have my morning coffee. Get on plenty of fish.
He does a dab and just breaks the heart of another high school boy.
Crushing people's dreams. By it. 6 o'clock.
No, Brett's up at the before the sun comes up, right?
Yeah, I'm up at like 5 o'clock and
Chugging coffee.
and smoking hash and answering emails.
And catfishing people.
I love your fucking dab 30s.
I'm doing dab 30s, yeah.
Which happens at like 5:30, which is what people were like. Do not, dab 30 is at 5:30 in the morning.
Where can people find
everybody.
your Instagram so they can watch dab 30?
Tell them the secondary account where you're always muted.
So BRTPALM
I love that shit.
710 or BRTPALM 420.
Damn, real cryptic.
Yeah, real easy.
4-2 Brett.
He talks his talk and does dabs.
Yeah, I talk and do dabs, reviews on products in the Michigan market, mostly products I sell, but, those are the people that are providing free shit to me, so, I'm going to smoke their product. Let's be honest.
Up until today, they sent you free shit. that was your last of the samples.
I get free samples.
Make a note.
Where's the coolest place you've smoked weed?
My couch. 100%.
We smoked on the back, like we had the back of a cruise ship one time, and like we're smoking on the back of the cruise ship at night. That was pretty lit. We had like the puff codes and we were doing all that.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
But yeah. How about you, Brett? Well, we already heard the couch.
No, for reals, probably, I don't know, Florida, somewhere on the beach.
Smoking on the beach.
That's
Or
not
by the
that
pool
crazy.
at night, looking at the stars, that's about it.
Damn. I just got woke.
Where's the best place you smoked weed?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably has stories for
I don't know.
Wait. For literally 6 hours, no, for like 3 hours, this motherfucker forgot he performed at Harvard University.
Yeah, with Tool. And like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Mumford and Sons.
Yeah, bro.
That's a crazy mashup, by the way. Like Mumford
And Chance
Sons.
the Rapper.
Yeah, and the thing is I remember the fucking Jordans. I still don't remember the show or anything.
All you remember
I
is
remember
you bought
Hannibal, the podcast, and buying a pair of 12s, low 12s.
Low 12s.
And he's got receipts.
Yeah, this is the most flour you've smoked in a minute.
The only time Brett smokes flower like this is when I'm rolling through with a million donuts.
We smoked so much weed at fucking Bruiser Thanksgiving.
That was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun. I think I brought like 9 or something with me.
And I did a lot of mushrooms.
It was
it's necessary, you know?
Do you fuck with mushrooms?
I do, but I'm more of an LSD guy myself, you know?
Really? I've only done it once, and it was such a bad experience that I only
See, I'm the opposite, but I always went like too crazy with the mushrooms, like to start, I think. And like
the come up sucks.
Yeah, and I did them in bad. So like one time, me and my girlfriend were camping with her parents back in the day, and fucking we each ate an eighth, and I was just like, it was not the right environment to be like tripping on mushrooms. You know what I mean? Yeah. So a lot of that kind of shit, just the wrong place, wrong time.
Are you a mushroom or an acid guy?
LSD for sure. By far. I don't know. I don't get paranoia. It's just different for me. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like
it's more chill.
He's good with himself. See, I feel like I have too much anxiety.
When you do acid?
Yeah.
How much did you eat?
I like 2.
I mean, that's a decent bit, you know? Like, 1 is pretty chill. Like, if you're trying to have a chill time and, like...
Not a quarter of 1, but, like, you know...
People do, like, half hit. Like, on the... You know, that's not, like, a crazy low dose or anything.
What do you prefer?
Lately, like the DMT, because it doesn't last as long.
Yeah, I do like DMT.
I did do acid.
Wait, I can't say the guy's DMT. Name. I'm going to change his name. I'm going to change it. No, don't.
He didn't say DMT. He said mushrooms.
But like, dude, tripping for a long time, really hard, like, is intense now that I'm older. Right. But I did take acid at the concert with my girl. That shit was tight.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, this might be too crazy.
Dude, I could not stop laughing that night. That was, like, so fucking funny. Mushrooms everybody in that little-ass hotel room and shit.
Mushrooms are legal here?
That was the dumbest thing ever.
Depends on the area.
Like, we couldn't have had, like, areas, 3 fucking...
The Airbnb was, like, $60 more, and there was a pool. But no one wanted to put that in their name, but they put the hotel in their name.
That's what it was. Everybody was arguing about like whose name the Airbnb was, because we all knew it would get fucked up probably.
Right, but we just fucked up a hotel and it was $40 cheaper.
Fuck up a hotel.
Did we not smoke in there?
I asked this dude.
We might not have.
This is not
we might have just been dabbing.
No, we just dabbed the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I love that this pod, they're going to be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about a Fish show or a Grateful Dead show. One or the other.
All right, I was gonna edit it out, but now we keep it.
Yeah. It was a rhetorical question, I
think. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've never really listened to the Grateful Dead like that. I don't know if I did like enjoy tripping at the concert, or do you think because I was at that concert, I'd enjoy tripping?
Yeah, the second one.
It's geared towards that. Like, that's what that show is, like, made for, is for people who are tripping on acid. Same thing with
I don't want John Mayer serenading me while I'm fucking...
Yeah,
he will.
Yeah, he will, though.
I don't have to deal with it. It's like when you get your fucking physical and the doctor feels your balls. It's like you just gotta deal with it.
It's part of the process, man.
Try to be on.
You want to get healthy or not?
John Mayer's gonna serenade you. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Try to be over on the other side of the stage. You know.
There's different points of this podcast where I relate to each of you most?
What are they?
I'm too high to remember. But
Who are you relating to right now?
I feel like someone's squeaking their leg, and I'm sorry, but it's picking up.
It's not me.
It's the table getting.
Let's not lean on it.
Probably something Brett's doing.
It's probably something I'm doing. Yeah, it's always me.
Hey
I'm the
guys.
scapegoat.
Hey guys.
It's not me.
Hug it out.
What? It's you squeaking, bro. I think it's you.
I think it is you when you bump it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you, buddy.
Wow.
It's like Scooby Doo, or like it was me.
Pull the mask off and it's just you under the mask.
It was me the whole time.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's like I think that's the definition of gaslighting. Like,
I think you guys now take over the podcast.
all right. When was the first time you smoked, Sam?
I keep ashing and feeling bad about it.
It's over.
No, at this point, we're just too stoned to give a shit.
Yeah, and it's burning fine.
And
Like we're inside.
Look at the
and shit.
donut hole, you know? It's nice.
All right, what's the most stoned you've been?
Oh, on what drug?
Stoned, Brett.
Oh,
On weed, Brett. I knew that wasn't specific enough. Man, probably.
Because you were asking me about edibles and shit.
definitely edibles, a few 100 milligrams, you know.
Whenever like I go, me and my boy Mikkel, like whenever we're on the west side of state, it's been a minute, but we used to always hit up our boys at the Wave out in Muskegon. And we always get so fucking high. I don't know if it was because every time we go out there, it's like midnight or whatever. But like every time I would leave like a sesh with those guys, I'm always high as fuck. Like just like on another level. But man, like any time that we're at these events now where we're just like smoking donuts over and over again, it's like I feel like I'm getting like blackout high every time where I'm like reaching a certain threshold, and then that's just it.
Well,
like,
all right. How much like is a donut worth in weed?
So a donut's like 2.5 or 3 grams of flour and a 0.5 gram of rosin. So like how many joints does like a donut equal is what you're asking maybe?
Yeah, like the weed. Yeah.
Like probably, I mean like you'd have to smoke like 4 joints that big to get like that, you know, as high as you would
But
off
it's like
smoking
what? Like
one
it's
donut.
like $50 worth of shit.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like these, like in the store, are like $60. $60 each.
We smoked so many of them at Bruiser Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we smoked like 8 of them
We were just in that room.
in the
just
green room.
chilling.
I know. It almost felt like a chore at one point. Like, it was like, I felt like I had to. Like,
But see-
it was just, it was like,
Motherfuckers can't smoke like that. You know?
no, yeah.
We're
A lot
trying to
of
get people there, man.
But a lot of people like say they can and then can't. Like there's no point where I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm done.
yeah, like Brett either, man. I almost had him though on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
I went to light another donut. He's like, really, man? Really?
It's the flour. It gets to my throat after a while. Like y'all hear me? I'm raspy right now.
Yeah, man. You're right. Yeah, smoking hash is more chill.
I love the rolling up an ounce. It's just silly because it hits a threshold where it's just like
Right.
it's the
for
same.
sure.
It's the same.
It's like people taking gram dabs. It's like, what's the point? You know, it's like.
yeah, you were
at
saying
some
you said
point,
you've done that.
Yeah. My brother has done that quite a few
I've
times
done a
too.
gram dab just because.
It's a just because it's not enjoyable. Like you're gonna hurt.
And I did it with Shatter the last time I did it, so that was a long time ago, years ago. So
Yeah, and that's the equivalent to like you know, doing a $50 or $60 dab at that point.
Do you remember the first dab you did?
Yeah, no, I do actually. It was at my buddy Adam's house, who's one of the owners of Bud Brothers Cannabis, in Redford in 2010 or 2011. And like dude, I did my first dab, and then like 2 weeks later, I was making it. Like I was like, oh, this shit is crazy. And yeah, man, from there on, like I was growing and extracting, and that was like my whole fucking life from there on.
That moment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the most painful thing, dude? The first.
Do I remember that moment?
More, yeah. Like what was happening?
Like what was the next move after that, essentially?
Or just like what was playing?
Not like I
Did
mean,
you die from coughing?
Oh yeah,
that's a life-changing moment. I didn't know if you remember.
No, I hit it, and it wasn't
detail.
really enjoyable. But I was like, this, like, just like the high was essentially like what I was chasing at that point. And like honestly, like smoking out of the bong was so like it was clean too. So I was just like super interested in it. Like I don't know, and just the fact that you could like make that out of like cannabis was just like the whole experience was just kind of mind-blowing, because that was not only like the first time I had seen it, it was the first time I had heard about it, first time I smoked it all in one. So I was just like, this is crazy. Like I've heard of hash, and I was super familiar with hash, especially like, you know, bubble hash and shit, and it was just like a whole new thing when like solvent extracts hit the market back then, and it was had me right from the get-go. I was definitely high as fuck, though. I remember that, like, stupid high. And, like, just having, like, the best time ever. Like, it was super positive the first time I smoked it, for sure.
This looks like court TV.
Right, like I'm being deposed right
deposition.
now, bro.
That's what I'm thinking.
Love at first sight.
You said it hurt a lot?
It hurt, but it was love at first sight.
Yeah, what was your first dab, Brett?
I say at my buddy Josh Reynolds' house. I was just somebody's rig.
You said his full name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Shout out to Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at.
Right.
You know where you're at.
Where's he from? What city?
You know where you're at. I'm coming for you, motherfucker.
He's in Cleveland.
Are you serious?
Anyways,
That's hilarious.
I think that shit's cool. But no. And it hurt, yeah, for a second. I took it way too high.
Whoa.
You know, a titanium nail. Y'all are all joking.
It's the cop.
And that shit hurt. But it was good.
Oh, man.
Like a thorn on a rose.
No, definitely not. Like
No.
burning in my lungs.
Actually, no. that wasn't what it was like.
Like a
Are you
burning
saying
in
we're
my
being
lungs.
silly?
Oh.
Do you remember yours?
No. I really don't. I don't remember my first dab.
Yeah.
But I don't think I liked it.
Man,
I probably got high as fuck, but I didn't even know about temperatures until like, you
Yeah,
know.
That's
the
what I
fun
mean.
Like
I
a
didn't
year,
learn
2
about
years, 2
temperatures
years
till
ago,
I met,
yeah.
had the fucking
Yeah,
this
until
thing.
Brett, yeah.
yeah, no,
What is this? Like I had never seen something like this.
This one?
I had people like we
This is the thermometer. So.
No, I know. I had never
Oh,
seen something like
gotcha.
that
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
before this, we would like get it red hot, the smartest I got, and then like put your iPhone timer and like wait 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, even
But
before
then
that
was hit.
me when they were titanium nails. That shit was.
It'd be like, as soon as it's not glowing red, go in.
touch it.
But
That was it,
yeah.
man. Sometimes I remember when you got like a new titanium nail back in the day and you did like your first dab, oil would just like bead up on that shit and just like float around because the shit was so hot it didn't even want to like stick to it. Man, we were doing
I
some
never had a
stupid shit.
titanium nail.
Never?
Never.
Oh man, I had a titanium swing, which is even more like prehistoric caveman tech. It's like literally like a little square metal pad with a fucking piece of wire on it that you like. It's like hard to even explain, but man, it's just straight up like a freebase fucking dab rig, essentially, man.
I remember
I've
hot knifing.
that shit,
Yeah. So, yeah, literally on the stove, butter knife.
That's crazy.
Hot knife. You've never
Yeah.
hot knifed?
I've never hot knifed. I've seen like lots of people hot knife.
Have
You ever
Cheese.
seen that thing where you put the hash on the tack in the cup?
Yes, I've done that. That's how like my dad taught me how to smoke hash. Was like by putting.
It's like
he's this is how
Afghani,
my
the
buddies
way-
did it.
yeah.
We did it back in the day. They take like a paper clip, and they fold it in a way so that it'll like stand upright, and they'll ball up the hash and put it on the end of the paper clip, and they'll light it and blow it out so that it starts smoking, and then they'll put a glass jar over it on like the edge of or they'll do it at the edge of a table. And then they'll like pull it over the
Well, that
edge
just
a
looks
little
like
bit.
you're doing a line.
Pretty much, yeah. But that's how my dad taught me
That's
how to do it,
crazy.
baby.
That's
Fucking-
insane.
Yeah,
You never
man.
done that?
No.
Yeah, that's like how those guys
That's crazy.
smoked hash back in the day. Or they'd use like an album, like you said, like in a glass jar. I've definitely done that. And then the second way I smoked hash after I learned that way was actually smoking in like, I forget what they even call it, but it's called like a hot stick or something, where you've got like a bowl, but the hole isn't at the bottom of the inside of the bowl, it's on the side. So you like stuff it full of hash, and then you heat up this like glass rod, and you like touch it to the top of this bowl of hash, and like, you know, it'll smoke up when you touch it to it, and that's essentially how you smoke it.
Like a nectar collector.
Like a that's like a traditional hash pipe. Like when someone says hash pipe, like that's what a real hash pipe is.
I was once on a date and I hit a dab with a nectar collector.
Oh,
And
fuck.
then I threw up in my mouth.
On the date? Was it
Yeah,
her
we did.
nectar collector or
No, it
yours?
was mine.
Oh man.
I've
Rough.
thrown up
Was
off
she
of
was she also dabbing off the nectar collector?
Not after that.
Was she dabbing off it before that?
Nope.
I was gonna say, did she like rip it like a champ?
Oh,
and then
she
you go
was
in?
aware that you threw up.
Yeah.
You
like,
weren't cool about it.
I was not cool.
No, I'm picturing like your nose running,
was like-
probably sweating.
Yeah.
There's a whole look to like I just did too big of a dab.
Yeah.
It's like a whole.
But that's
it's a
why
whole
you
vibe.
need all this shit.
Dude, that's why it's
And
crucial.
that's
yeah.
why you need to care. That's why you care so much about getting the best product is that you don't throw up.
Dude, that
in your mouth
it's full
on it.
circle, man. That's the top goal for sure.
Yeah, I think we'd have
They
less
say
people
this isn't a self-help podcast.
We'd have
That was
less
very
people smoking
self-help.
pot if, cubes every time.
Oh, dude, this has been fun as fuck.
Hell yeah, man.
We did it over.
No, you haven't taken it down.
Do you want me to? You
Heat
guys
him up one, Brad. Come on.
heat me up a. Wait, I want. Yeah, heat me up a
Here, you
dab.
can hit.
I want to hit this one.
Here, go ahead and hit it up, Brett.
But you guys have to carry the conversation while I dab. Do you think you guys can handle that?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. We'll just let Brett
You're
do
like,
it.
I would have preferred the podcast if you were
Here, how about I'll heat it?
You guys could be a podcast, the three of you.
We could be a podcast
Yeah.
physically.
You physically look like a podcast. MP3.
Damn, you look like a podcast.
Hey, I'll just edit out your voice every time you talk and cut the camera. Shamil's like, no, I won't. Shamil's like, I'm not doing that.
Man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like carrying conversation.
Yeah, this is why we need you. You can't. The podcast rode on your back the entire time.
Like what am I supposed to be like doing here? Like
No, I'm
you're
just
the
happy
comedian, you're the musician, and you're the hash maker, and I'm heating up the Now we can talk. Let's go.
Is it heated up? He didn't do it. He's got to do a dab.
Well, yeah, I'm trying not to put the cord against the hot shit too.
Thank you for that.
Is it heated up?
It's like high, not high. You know, it's like when you roll a joint. there's
But
something
see, it is. I
therapeutic.
know what you're about to. Yeah. Sometimes the dab shit feels like a whole fucking It's like I
It's
gotta
like,
do all
oh my
this
god,
shit.
wait, that one room that looked like a bomb shelter.
Oh yeah.
What was that room? The butane room.
Hydrocarbon extraction.
Yeah, do you have to go in there looking like fucking Hurt Locker?
Dude, it reminds me, bro.
That's supposed to like prevent the need to go in there looking like the Hurt Locker. That thing's like, it's like everything in there is like spark proof, and there's like a constant draft being pulled through there, so it's supposed to be like a super like ignition proof environment essentially.
Hey,
We should explode.
If it does go off, that is the Hurt Locker.
I'm high as hell, so I'll give another SpongeBob episode. You know when they go into the future and everything's chrome? That's what that room reminded me of.
That room reminded me of in Rush Hour 1, man. Chris Tucker's partner. You see her, she's like training and like detonating, learning how to defuse bombs. And that's exactly what it looks. She like worked for LAPD.
Oh, I'm gonna need a drink. I'm gonna get. Do you mind getting me one of those Cokes, Shamil? Thank you. I'm sorry. Wait, if we were in Rush Hour, would you be Jackie Chan, or would you be Chris Tucker?
Damn.
And which one would I be?
I'd probably end up
In
playing
an all-white remake of Rush Hour.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'd just be better off playing both roles, man.
It's gonna steal the show.
Like an Eddie Murphy
All
style.
green
You're all-
screen.
You can be Juntao. That's the villain.
I'll be a bad guy.
Yeah, man.
What am I dabbing?
You are dabbing coffee creamer.
I like the
Coffee creamer.
I like the coffee creamer.
Dude,
Very
people have been going
special.
crazy for that one.
You guys have
It's
what, like
$4.75. What y'all
60
doing
yeah,
over here?
yeah, we're like constantly like
Let them go.
in the last month we brought like 10 new flavors in. We're just constantly going, what are you trying to get my hot one, man?
Hot one
four-
like
it
I'm
was four
fucking
what?
eating wings. Oh,
It's gonna take a bit
I
450.
still want to
Yeah.
fuck up.
Oh shit, he about to get out the asthma pump.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. There you go.
I'm only having an asthma attack because I'm so surprised at how shitty the joints you roll up.
Yeah, right. Bro, we about
Back
to
to the joints.
we about to go on IG Live later, man. And poll the people.
Have a joint rolling competition.
We're just gonna
The
take
only
a
poll you're doing is smoking.
fuck you. Oh shit.
This podcast is where we just all end up in a fist fight at the end of it.
No. We don't want to. Yeah, we got too many things on the table for that.
Yeah. That's on the good vibes
Imagine if we
only.
got in a fist fight, but we stayed sitting down.
All right.
Oh,
And we
man.
didn't make
We'll
a
just put them
mess.
up first, then we can go.
As long as we don't make a mess, we can fight.
Yeah, as long as we don't hurt ourselves and poke an eye out.
See, I love weed because it calms people down. Like alcohol, when people are drunk as fuck in the audience, they're like yelling and shit. When everyone's stoned, it's just like,
You don't hear anything.
yeah, it's almost like sometimes they'll be like afterwards, they'll be like, oh, great show. But then like they won't do anything. They're just stoned sitting there.
Yeah, some people get paranoid and shit though.
Yeah.
Yeah, in large crowds for sure.
Or in
Do
the
you
car.
think weed helps anxiety or it creates it?
Depends
I
on
think-
the person.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
how
for
much
you
you're doing
guys.
too. I feel like if you go overboard with it, that's when you end up feeling anxious, as if you're just getting like too blasted, honestly. Which is just like anything. It's like if you want to get drunk, like don't get shit faced. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be shit faced, and I feel like that's what happens when you get shit faced on weed. Is sometimes you'll get anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like not smoking on the European tour for like a week, and then we went to Amsterdam, and like that weed sucks, but we got weed there, and like I finally smoked, and I was like hella nervous for that show, like so scared, like it was terrible.
I took 3 years off of weed, and when I started smoking again, I got real paranoid for the first like probably a few months. Yeah, like
You went months. You went through months of paranoia.
well, not like bad, but I would smoke too much weed, and I'd be like, I gotta go home and chill by myself for a little bit. Yeah. Fuck this shit.
When's the last time you took a break?
Oh, I had to have a surgery like a year ago, so I didn't smoke for like 4 days.
When's the last time you took a week off?
A week? Probably like 2012.
Why?
Because I was on probation. And
Good reason.
Yeah, and then I
good
continued to
reason.
smoke, and I violated until they threw me in jail, and then I didn't fucking smoke whilst that was going on.
Isn't that crazy what you're doing now?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
man.
dope because it's a real inspiration. Like your passion showing us around, and we have a bunch of like clips of it and shit. But like your passion showing us around, and seeing how amazing the store is inspiring. And I really appreciate the hospitality.
Oh man, anytime. Like we're always just like, I mean, that's part of like what we're trying to do is like, you know, be authentic and like, dude, it's all about the culture and shit. You know, it's about still like taking time to like enjoy the fruits of our labor and like kick it with some cool people and fucking talk about it and consume it and shit. And just like, you know, that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Does anyone have any closing thoughts?
I think Brett should have the last word for sure.
Why me? What do I gotta say about?
You're just a good closer, man.
Yeah, don't you got to tell them your dates, man? You'll be at Fish or Grateful Dead. I mean, in Mass.
Yeah, what are the shows looking like for the summer?
What? Where could the people find you at, man?
Check out my Instagram. Might be a good clue of somewhere I'll be.
Man.
Come on, there's that place in Indiana, that venue that you're always.
Oh, I'm not a fish person, so that's.
No. Well, where's the dead? Where are you going?
I
man?
seen
You don't
you.
like sushi?
I seen you at Fish though.
But
I was with you, of course. You saw me there.
oh, Shamil just like so upset.
Yeah, hit up my Instagram and check out my Dab 30s, and I'll be doing a vendor day somewhere in this state probably. We'll get together, we'll smoke, and we'll see who's got the best hash.
There's Brett inviting whoever to a hash showdown.
It was like real warm, and then it got
Should be
hostile at the
announced.
very end. Yeah, we can get together and link up.
Because if you got better hash than I do, I'd like to smoke it for sure.
It's all just like, a ploy to just get all the good hash in the room.
Exactly. I'm just trying to get all the good hash, dude.
Any closing thoughts?
No.
Any plugs?
No.
But thank you for
Shout out Culver's.
Ski.
Whoever at Culver's
We were
that's
supposed-
listening to this, we need the RKIVE Culver's collab. We're ready for it. We want it. We need to make it happen.
Any closing thoughts?
That was it, honestly.
Thank you guys for listening. Peace.
Yeah. Hey.